And all right, Kristen, we're going to start with you. How was that coaching experience for you?
Well, it was one really vulnerable because I know there's people in the room that know, like, that I have to deliver for too. So that was like, this felt very vulnerable to me. But also, I really appreciate it because I felt like I got some of my own clarity. Yeah, I don't know. I feel sweaty right now, so relating.
Yeah, I know it's a contrived situation, and you weren't ready to do this today. You stepped up, so thank you for doing that. It's a different space to be vulnerable in than if you're sitting in a coffee shop, you know.
Yeah.
So, and you two don't know each other well to do this, and you're in a complex situation that you're trying to figure out.
That was great.
You know, that being said, Christina, I found you to be commendingly articulate in what you were expressing about yourself in response to Sarah.
Did you take notes, Kristen?
To me, this is about the coach,
Oh,
and
okay.
so I take notes for the coach. I loved what you had to say, and you've got it taped, so you,
That's right.
you know, I knew that was happening when you said, "God, I hope somebody's taking notes."
Yeah,
I want to take notes, but if you notes.
Sarah, how was this experience for you?
Terrifying. It was not, all the other times I've ever practiced coaching, which are not that many, and Mike has been like half of them, I felt really like, I got this. And
Because I'm so complicated.
no, it's not you at all, but it felt like, I felt for like probably 7 minutes of it, like, I am the most unhelpful person in the world right now. I felt myself to be just kind of like, what I felt like was that, that we were stuck in this thing, and that I was kind of saying things, and then you were like, huh, and then I was saying something else, and you were like, huh, and that there was like some glass wall between us of like, what's going on? And part of it, I think, if there'd been more time, I think I would have like said, okay, who is everybody that we're dealing with? What is, like, there is a lot that needs to get on this table, because there really were a number of different issues, and I couldn't.
Well, to be fair to you, I wasn't clear on exactly what I needed to go through that to get clear on what I needed, and that was what was most helpful for me, is that actually through this, what I got very clear on is that part of what I've got to figure out is what is my role as coach, and then separately, how do we do this integration work? And those are two different things, and that conversation got me to that place, and I can now work those lanes differently. So that was, to me, the most helpful part of that. So good.
If I could offer Sarah a couple of things I saw, this was actually really complex. And folks, often our coaching situations look more like this than anything else.
That's right.
We kind of flail around, I don't know what's going on with this person, because they're not clear on what they need either. People don't typically come to a coaching relationship like, I have a specific issue I want to work on. I find that 70% of the time it's not like that. It's this nefarious thing. I think I need to be a better leader. Okay, and then you spend 45 minutes fleshing that out before you get to some concrete action items. So this was a great example of how coaching actually works.
And here's Sarah.
So high five, number one. The second thing I would say is, part of that synergy issue was maybe spending another 60 seconds in the connect phase of just working on the relational container. Like, just another 60 seconds might have helped that transition and helped you just sync. Because the connect is not even really about learning about the person, it's about how you match energy, emotional energy, right? So another 60 seconds might have served you really well there. Okay. But beyond that, you need to not beat yourself up, because she wasn't clear on stuff, and she does have this, and you were, so that's the other thing that I think is really helpful about this, is that there's a tension for us to want to understand our clients' issues. And what I'm learning is, we need to understand less than we think we do.
That's right. That's what I was going to say. You don't have to know.
You don't have to know all those
You
pieces.
have to manage the coaching process and the relationship and the energy and the movement. That's the coaching part of it. It's up to her
Yes.
to do the work. So
So you didn't need to know all of her pieces necessarily. So I know that's the challenge for us as a coach. Like, I need to understand your issues better so I can ask better questions. Well, think about coaching as a process, like Kristen was just talking about, and just facilitate her process, facilitate her monologue. She needed to talk it out, and you got her some great conclusions. I mean, it was fruitful. It didn't. It felt rough to you, but it was actually a really good coaching session.
I loved your question. what is your role in this
Yeah.
now, and what would you like it to be?
That was fantastic.
Right, super wonderful.
Fantastic.
Question. Because that really changed her, okay, wow, let me think about this.
And she was trying, like you asked it again, because she was kind of brushing that question off the first time that you asked it, so you asked it in a different way.
Yeah.
And-
And you needed to not let her off the hook there. That was really good coaching. It was
I
good.
don't remember that part, so that's good.
What are the things that you all saw?
And I thought that you really did match energy well, where Catherine and Jeanette was really excited, so Catherine could sit there and be really excited, and you sat at that chair and been really excited, and Kristen's over here like, I am trying to figure all this out. I think that wouldn't have been, I think the fact that you were actually confused helped, because it put you kind of sitting in the same energy place that she was.
Yeah.
It mirrored well. I'm really happy. But I think something that I really struggle with is we're learning a process.
Yeah.
And so we're supposed to be learning how to do it accurately. The reality is we are all individuals and we all bring our own gifts that God has given us into each relationship. And what I saw with you, Sarah, is you're trying to be Catherine for the first half. When you ask that question about who are you and what gifts you brought into this, that was like you, and Kristen just like opened up.
Well, it gave me some confidence in that space.
Yeah. That relational part of who you are at the core is the gift that you bring to each coaching relationship that you're in. And so, use that.
Yeah, that was a really good one. That's where I got my confidence, and that gave me an opportunity to get clear.
I thought it really came when you asked, in what other areas have you
Yeah.
found clarity for your role? And that's when you really claimed it.
That was a great question. That was a great question.
When you've done this in other parts of your life.
One of the challenges I had, I guess, is that I sensed that you had some serious emotions that were under the surface. And I didn't want to flip into counseling mode.
Right.
And I just didn't know, is it appropriate to say, to me, this looks like it's emotional for you. What is, how do we navigate
can't.
Honestly,
Yes,
that
you
one
can.
felt like a
It-
counseling question to me.
You can coach emotions. You can ask somebody, tell me about what you're experiencing right now.
Yeah.
Tell me about the emotional content you have around this.
Okay.
That's not counseling.
Okay.
That's helping your client become aware of their own process and creating awareness in them. And then you can ask them, what do you want to do with that? It's not past tense oriented. It's present and future tense oriented. You can absolutely do that. That's not counseling, that's coaching.
You can also go somatic and say, what are you feeling right now? Where are you feeling it?
Yeah, what's in your body?
If they're out here, it's like bringing it in.
Great insight.
Yeah, because it felt to me like when you moved to when you said that line that I repeated to you, that's to me the moment of I got this. I mean, there just seemed to be the shift in you of
Yeah, because I would say around it not being counseling is that there's no other. The reason that there's emotions around it is uncomfortable to not have clarity. It's uncomfortable to. I mean, I have a very strong sense of self, and I can move very powerfully. And so when I'm not clear, that creates I don't want to say insecurity, but a hesitancy that makes me just not as powerful. And so at least if I'm enough of my self-awareness, that was what's present for me, is that I don't know what the hell I'm doing right now, and that doesn't feel great. Excuse my language, sorry.
Nope, that's okay, it's just on video.
Still recording?
Yeah, so there's two parts to this, each of these things. There's the coaching session and there's us processing it. You said help, I think we're Lutheran, we can.
That's okay.
So the emotions wouldn't have been a problem to ask about, because that's what, and I think I got to I'm just uncomfortable. It's just uncomfortable to, and this is, I've been here before. This is not.
That was a great question, Sarah, and I really appreciate it, because a lot of what we're all bumping up against is just the amount of coaching experiences we've had, bumping up against this stuff and wondering, what are the moves here? What can we do? What's okay within the methodology we're trying to move? And so that was a really great question. And you can go there.
Another piece I thought right in the beginning, as she was talking about where she wanted to go, and she gave you a little intro about herself. You helped narrow it in a really constructive way, where you said, it sounds like you have two things that involve you. What would be useful for you in this time together? So I thought that really set up the contract, if you will, like the question, and helped her focus. So that was a really good focusing point up front.
The way that you could have ended the coaching situation is, and I'll do this especially when I'm in a situation where I'm not sure what this produced. I will ask the client, what's your takeaway from this last X number of minutes? And ask them to distill it down.
Yeah.
That's a selfish move on the one hand, but I know from a coaching perspective, it helps them concretize what's their takeaway.
Yeah.
And you could have done that in that last 60 seconds. And so just a gee whiz. Anything else?
I thought your body language was very open, and you leaned forward and was really attentive, and I caught that, and I thought it was very engaging.
Two very good coaching situations, two very different situations, but both very, very productive and fruitful with very good coaching in each. So my gratitude to those who are willing to be coached today, my gratitude to those of you who are willing to coach, and willing to put yourself in a place to offer feedback for all